Lamido, former governor of Jigawa State, who is live for us in his home in Abuja. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us tonight.
To me, it's a very, very huge relief, and it's a very, very welcome development.
Why do you think there would be a reason why members of your party say they are PDP members, yet they're endorsing President Bola Tinubu?
No, what I'm saying is, you see, if you reflect way back, after the primaries of 2022, leading to the election of 2023, there's some people who, because of their own personal interest and ambition, felt aggrieved about what transpired in the party's convention and what they felt was not being able to address their interests as individuals, at the election. And so they felt that the only way is simply turn around against the party and they fight the party. And we've been having this kind of problem, of impunity, of people openly, castigating the party, denouncing it. And so for almost 18 months now, this action has been tolerated. The party goes on constitution, where, if you breach the party's code and constitution, you are sanctioned. But somehow, the working committee or the head of the party lack the kind of capacity and maybe the courage to do the right thing. But I'm happy now that having seen the fact that, we are now going into a ditch, they are now, the party executive are now becoming alive to their own responsibilities. They are not standing up and they are talking. And I'm happy they are not talking because it's the only way we can induce this in the party. And therefore, all those area members, the WIKEs, the Autumns, the EPEZO, and others who openly campaign against PDP in 2023 election, and who say they're also going to work for APC in 2027, should be sacked from the party. And that's why I say, I will no longer attend the parties, either a next meeting or VOT until and unless these, members are sacked from the party. And I'm happy that, the party is now up and doing, and there's kind of glimmer of hope. And I'm happy that they're going to act. So when they do this, then the PDP will be fully restored. And the confidence which was lost, the trust will now be reignited. And I'm happy that, the party is now really becoming alive. I'm happy if they do that.
Governor Lamido, there are those who will think that your party is a shell of its former self. As a founding figure of the PDP, do you believe or do you think, just like some people hold the opinion, that the party has lost its soul or its sense of purpose, especially in the face of growing defections that we have seen, conflicting loyalties, and diminishing electoral fortunes? Do you think that this fractured PDP truly can lead a... Governor Lamido, there are those who will think that your party is a shell of its former self. As a founding figure of the PDP, do you believe or do you think, just like some people hold the opinion, that the party has lost its soul or its sense of purpose, especially in the face of growing defections that we have seen, conflicting loyalties, and diminishing electoral fortunes? Do you think that this fractured PDP truly can lead a national opposition in 2027, as it is right now?
The PDP is a party for Nigerian people. And therefore, the people are not fractured. People who believe in PDP is only a party which will find in every home, in every village, in every county, in every government, in every federation. It's only a party which is that organic, which is roots. So it is because the leadership has not been up and doing. It has been so docile, so tolerant. That's why, as I say, it's fractured. But once we are able to restore order and run the party based on rule and regulation, then of course, people will be up and running. And I have no idea we're going to bounce back, So people are saying, we are sure of our also, are simply indulging in self-wish, and it will never materialize.
Well, you look at what is happening. I give you an example. Your very good friend Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, has dumped the PDP. And there are those who say, what else is left of the PDP? If an Atiku Abubakar leaves the PDP, how can you compete in 2027?
Now, Showing is very, very clear. You see, there are people who has personal aspiration and ambition to run a political office. That's okay. It's different from being PDP. And while they find either PDP or APC or they will offer them the platform, they'll do it. It happened in 2014. When a number of people left PDP and went to APC as a platform. So the difference between the people looking for a platform and members of the PDP in terms of they believe in the party, for the party. So I think Atiku's case, he wants to run for the president. And I think he doesn't see the kind of openness, the fairness, the open environment for you to be able to truly and sincerely and openly run and pick the ticket. So if he feels otherwise, I can look for another platform. So looking for another platform is not a crime in Nigeria today, because I mean, the last 20 years, people have been jumping the party looking for platforms. For instance, Autumn, left the party in 2014 and went under APC. Autumn was PDP minister, PDP member of the NEC, and yet he left the party because he couldn't get the platform. So there are people who are pursuing a platform who are different from being member from the actual group of the party. So if they are right, why they feel aggrieved, why they feel they're going to have a kind of fair hearing to look for a platform. But then platform is different from PDP. So change it.
So the question I'm asking you, Governor Lamido, 2015 your party lost, 2019 your party lost, 2023 your party lost election, and the party was not this fractured. And that's why I'm asking. My question is whether or not the shape which your party is right now, and you know whom you are up against, a Bola Tinubu that has never lost an election. Can your party, I mean, because there are those who think that the PDP is a joke as it is right now. If it thinks that it can win an election in 2027 with the way Amana is running its affairs.
In 2007, Buhari lost. In 2011, Buhari lost. In 2019, Buhari lost, isn't it? APC lost. You're talking about the national level. Therefore, losing election is not, it's not, really the what I may say, the end of itself. It's not the end of itself, It is simply the process. Therefore, if Buhari lost in 2007, and Atiku also lost in 2007, and they lost in 2011 and 2019, therefore, it doesn't mean the end of the world. So the fact that the PDP lost election is because there was a conspiracy in 2014, which very...
Asking you, I don't know if you have heard there is a possibility of former President Goodluck Jonathan
before your question,
to be in the 2027 race on the platform of the PDP. Did you hear that? And if you did, how did that come to you?
Okay, before I give you that answer, Sean, let me tell you, when we were doing this interview, there was this power failure from whoever was displaying from this power failure. And if you go by what Tinubu said, that if we fail to give you power in 4 years, please don't vote for us. And people that today, there's not a testimony that they've now failed, because as we're doing this interview now, the 12 hours. So Tinubu, please lead up to what you say, leave power, because you have failed to give us power. Now, coming to the issue of Jonathan, I think the next couple of weeks, are going to be very, very kind of interesting, because things are very, very dynamic. The way things are happening, with such quick succession, I don't think we'll be able to see what's going to emerge in 2027 for election. One is that, obviously there is now this groundswell that, APC has failed, and nobody wants APC. The question is, the other parties in opposition, and also, how do we rally around? How do we harness all this goodwill we are now having through APC failure, which we save Nigeria? That's the next question. So, if Jonathan is stepping in, then you are going to have, ADC, PDP, and the APC. It's going to be very, very interesting. And I like, the more the merrier. To me, I love a class sh0t by, there are challenges. And I think Jonathan is most welcome. He's most competent. He's very qualified, eminently, talking politically. And so, to me, I welcome him into PDP. I welcome him. I campaigned for him in 2014. He was my president. So I welcome him.
Yeah, so, but in your mind, and I'm talking to a very experienced politician here, and you know the politics of the North and that of Nigeria like the back of your hands. You're very familiar with all of these narratives and all of the indices that make up our politics. But the big question is, if you are strategizing for the PDP, you will like to put your best feet forward. Would you say Goodluck Jonathan, if given the ticket, is your best fit?
I think so far now in the PDP, and with all respect to all the members of the PDP, I don't see a better alternative than to Jonathan. If he comes to PDP, I don't see any other person, really. If we're given the presidency to the South, including PDP, who is there in PDP now who can challenge Jonathan in terms of pedigree, in terms of being there in office, in terms of being cool-headed, in terms of being somebody who is willing to listen, and somebody who is also a key player, who believe in partnership. I think for PDP now, if they should try and woo him, and he's their best bet. To me, he's their best bet.
I mean, I imagine that there is also the consideration of Peter Obi. And there are those who are also saying, if you want to match Bola Tinubu, you know, in every sense, get someone from his zone. And those who are saying Seyi Makinde has shown himself as a good governor who has performed in Oyo State. In all of this, there's a Seyi Makinde possibility. There's a Peter Obi possibility. And there's a Goodluck Jonathan. And let me ask you, as a minstrel in the political business, what is your bet on these three?
What I'm saying is this.
Who would you place your bet on?
Before I made my choice, you know, which is very, very personal to me, it's personal. You see, there's now this, you know, groundswell, you know, all Nigeria and us, you know, we want to remove APC from government. I mean, this common understanding. And therefore, you have the Atikus, you have the Jonathan's, you have the Obis. You know, so it means really on a better ground, on a higher ground morally, and in terms of political, you know, history, to be able to come together. And then I'm sure when you come to putting somebody for Nigeria, you know, people are more than willing to make sacrifice. If for instance, you know, if Jonathan is the best, I'm sure Atiku and the Obi will say, okay, I'll make that sacrifice. The same thing if it's going to be Atiku or Obi. So it's the issue of now that, you know, Nigeria now wants somebody who Nigeria will rally around, and anybody put forward by the PDP, you know, for Nigeria will support him.
When you hear Peter Obi say, I will not do more than one term, what do you think?
No, you see, I don't want to go into, you know, personal discussion, because when you say I will not do more than one term, I mean, you see there now, the question, you know, has there been convention? Has he emerged? You know, in the party structure, you know, either in ABC, why it's saying do only one term. You know, have they put in all the required, you know, structures on the ground from the world level, local government level to the national convention? Has he been the candidate? On the other hand, if he comes into PDP, have you gone through convention? Has he emerged for him to be a kind of commission? Going to be only one term or two terms? So the issue, I mean, I think that's why I say, you know, we should be able to look at 2027, you know, in a more sober way, in a more reflective way, so that, you know, we do not miss the issue. We do not, you know, really ignore the main issue. You are dealing with Tinubu and the APC. And dealing with them means, you know, a very, very cool head. It's something very, it has to be very, very calculating. So the idea of saying, I will do this, I will not, you know, it is the question of what are you doing for who? It's for Nigeria. Let Nigerians say they want you first before you say you're going to do all that. So when you begin to throw this kind of, you know, rhetoric about, I will do one term, I am giving Mr. A the ticket of the vice president, you are simply ignoring or, you know, abandoning the factor that, you know, it's about Nigeria and Nigerian leadership, to which, you know, we are all stakeholders.
Let's take a look at it in this way. You look at Bola Tinubu and you look at what the elections as he won it, 8 million plus vote. He gained in your own region. He made a lot of gains, over 2 million votes. In fact, the Northwest supported him. And you are hearing these days that the Arawa Consultative Forum said they were not going to support him. And there are those who say, no, it's just a few elites who are not happy with him. I know you are a very strong critic of Bola Tinubu. The APC is saying that Bola Tinubu will even get more votes in the Northwest and in the northern Nigeria in 2027. What does the crystal ball, what does it look like to you? What is it telling you?
If you're going to rely on the kind of political rhetoric and propaganda, then you can't even leave your bedroom. Because people keep, you know, assuming things, you know, which are not there. And therefore, this culture of false propaganda, lies, is part of Nigerian, you know, culture now, which will be hosted by APC. What I'm saying is this. The election in 2014, in 2022, were election between PDP and the APC. APC filled in Tinubu and the PDP filled in Atiku. Therefore, the victory was for the political party, not for the individual. The victory should always be for the political party, not for the individual. When you make it to the individual, then it means you are diminishing the entire process of democracy. It is the political party which won the election. And therefore, if Tinubu has failed, and from one indication, you know, he has failed because like the Wajapin and the 12 lights, you know, he has failed. Therefore, stop saying, you know, Tinubu won. It's because Tinubu, you know, APC has failed. And because it has failed, people are very, very angry. Go over, not even also, even in the south, in the southwest. I mean, if you go through TikTok and see what people are saying about Nigeria, and you know, today in Nigeria, you know, were so low, we're even dramatizing hunger in our comics, in comedy. You put clips, where people are stealing food and putting it in pocket. It shows that, today, hunger is not the main thing. Because each country, by its culture and tradition, dramatizes what they do in terms of development. If you go to China, their drama is on, it's on ICT, high building, what have you. But in Nigeria today, it's so primitive. It's about even food. Today, food is part of our drama now, putting food in our pocket. So it shows how low it goes. So the issue here is the party which has failed Nigerian, both North and South. And therefore, if we unite, whether it's Jonathan or Atiku or Obi, should be there for Nigeria to be able to address the issue, brought in by Tinubu, the issue of hunger, issue of poverty, issue of insecurity, issue of lack of democracy, issue of coercion and blackmail.
Well, I mean, is it fair to say Tinubu has failed? It's just 2 years of a 4-year mandate.
They say, in Hausa they say, Kekewar Juma'a, tana fara daga ran Alhamis, which means Abu Friday begins from Thursday. You understand? And from the Thursday we're having today in APC, the Friday is going to be a total doom. The Friday is going to be a big doom. The Friday is a failure.
Well, I mean, so imagine if you say the APC has failed, can Nigerians trust the PDP? Your party was in power for 16 years.
You see, when you try to be hypothetical, then you can't move. Now, if they say, okay, fine, APC has failed, they can't trust, either PDP or ADC, then what do? We look at and they begin to cry in Nigeria? We look at in our rooms and begin to cry? We can't do that. So if ADC has failed, it means there's an alternative. Because PDP was there in 2019, in 1990, 2014, PDP was there. We know what we did, isn't it? And then there was this, what do you think, this kind of, coalition, then of evil, coalition of interest, coalition of malice, coalition of pain, which was called APC, which was produced in 2014. Now see what we're going into. Now the question is, Nigeria have now got a 2-page history. Page 1, PDP government. Page 2, APC government. It's for them to read and make their own choice. Simple. So if you say you can't trust, people failed, and you can't trust the other political party, then what do? It can't be,
yeah, what do you make of, would the opposition coalition, as we are seeing it today, Atiku, Amechi, El-Rufai, Peter Obi, could it be the way out? By the way, I thought you were going to join them. Are you joining them anytime soon?
Well, are you inviting me?
I'm not there. I'm not a member. I'm not an organizer.
Fine.
I'm just a watcher.
Then keep quiet. Then keep quiet. If you're not inviting me, keep quiet.
We will always make comments. It's difficult to keep quiet. We are the ones to monitor you people. And when you do wrong, we call you out. When you do right, we speak up.
Under whose mandate?
We speak.
Under whose mandate are you telling me?
Under the mandate of the Constitution.
Who told you?
22
Fine.
of the Constitution.
It is also my own Constitution.
The power.
It is also my own Constitution.
Power.
The Constitution is also mine. It's also my own Constitution. You have no monopoly of it.
So are you joining the ADC, Governor Lamido?
I said that, there is this kind of feeling of failure in Nigeria today. And therefore, because of that feeling of failure, people are panicking. And therefore are looking for alternatives. To me, I've been part of the PDP formation in 1998. I've been to jail before PDP. We won election in 1999. The PDP dignified me and honored me and made me a foreign minister. Later I became a governor. So my entire history and legacy and tradition and heritage is PDP. Now, how you say I should leave PDP? I don't feel, because I'm from the old generation, I don't think it is morally right. I will feel guilty. So even if I want to go by today's mood of, ephemeral interest and fancy, even if I was to go into any other political party, live in PDP, my soul will not follow me. That's the problem. I have with my own soul. It will not follow me.
Governor Lamido, it's also always a pleasure speaking with you. But for those who think that Tinubu is going to have an easy walk into power in 2027, what do you have to tell those people?
What was the question? Let me hear properly. What was the question?
I said there are those who believe that Tinubu's victory in 2027 is going to be the easiest. What do you have to tell those people?
Well, you have every right to indulge yourself into some kind of fancy. to pacify yourself, and then caress your ego and console yourself. But then Tinubu, I mean, going by what he has done in the last 2 years, and the way things are emerging in the country, look all over the country, both north and south. I mean, by 12 noon, Tinubu is finished. I'm telling you. But then, because, Tinubu is a question of APC, a party which has been built on lies and propaganda. That's why they're talking like that. Now, if people like lie and like Arabi Salawuli PDP, like Pantami, like Malami, like Erufai, who remain there really? Because APC was formed by 4 groups, which are organic. CPC of Buhari, ACN of Tinubu, ANPP of governors, and PD of governors. Now, the governors of PDP are now the same, are not with APC. Who went to APC? The governor of ANPP are not happy at all. So it's only Tinubu now alone, because the Buhari component, which is the APC, which is the CPC, are pulling out. So it's only Tinubu and his ACN who remain in the party. All others are his own cronies, his own appointees, his own boys, who are there to support, build his own senior, mega empire. We had Lagos as a micro empire. He's now building a mega empire in Nigeria as his own entity. That's what he's doing now. So me, I'm not frightened, Tinubu, to be honest, I am not.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, Governor Sule Lamido, former governor.